Okay, so anybody that's been following my channel up to now has seen me making these granite lamppost bases, and I just was finishing these off, and it occurred to me that maybe this might be of interest to people, since it is a relatively rare finish. Normally, we associate granite with being polished, and honed granite, in my opinion, is actually it's if it's well done, it's actually really quite nice. It certainly offers a different finish that we're not used to, because normally granite is either rough or it's polished. Very rarely do you ever see it honed. So in the earlier videos, you saw me polishing these, taking the polish off. Excuse me, with the diamond pads. And so now I'm at the finishing stages, and I'm just doing some of the final details. And so right now I'm just doing some final details on some of the epoxy joints. It's kind of like a behind the scenes as I go video. But as you can see, this finish is coming up quite nicely. It's got a nice luster to it, not too shiny. And one of the things that I've been doing, this is the technique that I use for finishing off the granite after I was using the diamond pads, is a wet dry sandpaper, which might surprise a lot of people, but it actually does a really great job. So this is a 180 grit wet dry, and I've just been using it with a bit of water. Surprisingly enough, it solves a lot of the problems that occur with diamond pads. Have a tendency to leave a lot of curved scratches in the surface from the diamonds digging in between the crystals of the matrix of granite. The granite has got little pores in it, and all the little diamond crystals tend to get caught up and dig in, and that's it's an ongoing problem that I haven't quite found the real solution to just yet, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and you end up spending a lot of time working at trying to get these scratches out. And wet dry sandpaper does a really great job of just tightening up the surface. It's a very traditional, very no nonsense, very low tech solution that leaves a really amazing finish. And you could use this for any kind of a granite finish. So if you wanted to do honed granite countertops, for instance, that would be one way of doing it. You start out with using the diamond pads just to take the finish off, work it back, and then you can hand finish it and give it an incredible finish. If you have an indoor object, you can also give it an oil finish afterwards, which really takes it to a whole other world. I mean, it's pretty amazing what can be achieved. I just recently did a hearthstone for my mother, and out of granite, and it's actually kind of a funny story. I bought the stone in the wintertime, and it was frozen with ice, which tends to happen here in Canada when you're buying stone in the winter months. And it was in a section where there was mixed materials, and I assumed that it was Indian slate, which is a very dense black flagstone that you can buy. I thought that it was that, with the intention of using it to do the hearthstone for my mother out of black slate, and it ended up being granite when it thawed out. So that was kind of a happy surprise, I guess. And so I ended up finishing it like I would slate. Much to my delight, I discovered it actually is an amazing finish. I just finished it off with a linseed oil. I'll put up a picture of the end result. I was quite pleased with it. And something that I've never seen before. So if I haven't seen before, I assume that a lot of people probably haven't either. And it offers a really interesting alternative if people are thinking about doing a project for themselves and they're not really sure what kind of materials to use. It's definitely an option. It could easily be used for floors as well. It's not something that we normally associate with granite. Always, whenever we think of granite psychologically, like it's always instinct, always associate that with a shiny, kind of hard, cold surface. We rarely ever think about granite as having depth and warmth, which is what is achieved when it's honed. So I thought I'd share that. I thought that might be of interest to some people. If you're interested in stone, or you just have a passion for stone like I do, and you often think about all the different possibilities of what can be done. As you can see, it has a very luxurious finish. I think it's a super exciting finish, and there's all kinds of applications for it when it dries. You know, that's the nice thing about this time of the year. It's so warm, things dry out real quick. But you can see it's that's a pretty luxurious finish, and you give that an oil finish. Wow. So this is yeah, this is how I'm finishing these bases, and I think they're going to not only last a long time, but they're going to look amazing. And I also wanted to just show, sorry about my hand there. I just wanted to show the I put in the reinforcement into the edge of the wire tie that I did that video on. So that's what it looks like when it's all finished off, and it's filled with resin. That's a polyester resin. So that's yeah, it's all topped up, top and bottom, as you can see. And yeah, so that's the update of the bases, and I'm just putting together the caps. As you can see, I've been working on finishing off the chamfers. and top, and then all I've got left is the base here, and then I've got two sets. So at that point, they're ready to go. Here's the other one over here. So yeah, they're all coming together, and I just thought I'd give an update if anybody was wondering what happened to them. What's the status? Um, that's it. And it was mostly about the finish. I wanted to share me doing this finish because I think it's exciting, and I like to share things that I find exciting. So yeah, so um, here I am, and here's the stone. So just wanted to share that, and have a great day, and see you soon.